every one of us has experienced some type of trauma in our lives. I realized that emotional trauma was ruining my life. When I was 13, my parents moved us from Chicago to California. I had to say goodbye to my two best friends. They were my soul sisters. I was only in California for a month when I learned that Marcia was in the hospital for severe headaches. Then Shubi called and said, Marcia had brain surgery and is in a coma. I cried to God, this is so unfair. She's only 13. Please save her. I felt helpless when she died. That was the first time I experienced emotional trauma. We wondered where Marcia's soul was and if she could hear us. With no other direction, at the tender age of 21, I became a bartender in San Francisco. Life felt hopeless. And this was the first time I heard someone mention unresolved emotional trauma as a possible root cause for my health issues. After a year of physical healing and detoxing, my acupuncturist said to me, I can help you heal your body, but not your soul. You need to go deep inside to listen to your soul's guidance to resolve the trauma that is keeping you sick. I realized that this trauma had transformed my life from the purpose I had as a teenager to somebody wallowing in emotional pain. I finally realized where that emotional pain and anger were coming from. The sudden deaths of my soul sisters had traumatized me, and no one realized it. For the next several years, I trained to be an energy healer and an intuitive counselor. In my 40s, I opened a healing center. I was so excited to share my gifts. One day, something extraordinary happened. I was doing a session for a client, and suddenly I heard this big, booming voice. And even though I knew it was in my head, it felt so otherworldly. The voice described the plan my client had made before being born. I call it their soul plan. The plan included the people they wish to love, learn from, and support. There was information about the gifts and talents they had honed in many other lifetimes that they wished to share now. I realized that we are all infinite souls living this human life. I realized that our souls are on a journey. Did you know that your soul's journey is recorded? That recording is called the Akashic Record. Clients often come to me because they feel unhappy, broke, or confused. As we work together, they often realize their challenge is not actually about love or money. It's about healing the emotional trauma that has been affecting their whole life. If you're suffering and don't know why, be open to the possibility that you are struggling with unresolved emotional trauma. What worked for me was to be compassionate with myself and to listen to my soul's guidance, because it has made it possible for me to move from illness, addiction, and unresolved trauma to a life of purpose, empowerment, and joy. I am certain that your soul has a plan and knows the way. And I promise, if you listen, it will guide you. Thank you.